So you decided to make one of the biggest financial investments in your life, which is buying a home. But how do you know that you're working with the right lender? How do you find the right lender? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Andrew here with the Lake team in Houston, Texas. Welcome back to our channel. If we have another great video for you guys today, and if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below. We try to produce the best real estate content for you guys each and every single week. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move into today's topic, which is how do you find the right lender to work with when you're buying a house? So the first things first that I would always recommend, if you're not working with us as an agent, you're working with another agent, I would always talk to your agent first. Your agent knows the business like in and out, like the back of his hand, well, should, right? The back of his hand. And what I would do is talk with your agent, see who they recommend, who do they work with, and what their experience is working with this particular lender if they can recommend you one. So a lot of times, like for me, I know that I want somebody that's going to communicate with me. I want someone who knows what they're talking about. I want someone who can guide my client with ease. I want someone who will take the time of day to talk with my client, answer their questions. All these things are important to me because the customer experience when working with our team is an absolute must. Like they have to have fantastic customer experience, or I just don't feel like we did our job, even though they may have purchased a house or sold their house, whatever the case is. But yeah, just the customer experience is extremely important, and that's the reason why I've chosen to work with a couple of lenders here locally. And that's another question you'd ask yourself. I mean, do you care about that? That personal aspect of working with a lender, that they'll sit there and talk to you and explain things to you on paper. They'll write everything out for you, or do you want somebody that you're just going to be able to talk to over the phone and they'll send you documents through email because they're not local? They're online lenders, is what we like to call them. Whatever floats your boat. There's pros and cons to each, right? But me personally, I love working with local lenders because I know my clients are going to get taken care of, and I've worked with them in the past, and I always refer my clients to them. Keep in mind, just because your agent recommends somebody does not mean you have to use that particular person. You can use whoever you want to use. We just do like to recommend people because we know it's going to be a pretty smooth and easy transaction. Now, I wouldn't say easy, but it's going to be a smooth transaction throughout, because we know and trust some of these lenders that we work with. So I did just touch a second ago about local versus online lenders. So here's my perception on that. When it comes to local, obviously they can provide you with that customer experience. They can provide you with talking to you, answering your questions. They're easy to get a hold of. Online may not be, right? However, online lenders may give you a better rate. They may, because they don't have a lot of overhead. They may be able to give you, I don't know, certain incentives. I'm not sure, but the communication probably isn't going to be there. It may be tough to get a hold of them, and sometimes online lenders don't actually do their due diligence when it comes to vetting their clients, and just send out pre-approvals like they're candy. Without actually vetting them and going through the process. While local lenders, on the other hand, any good local lenders, they're going to go that far. They're going to, you're going to make sure that you're not going to go through this process, and then there's a surprise at the very end that you can't get a house. So local lenders, in my opinion, are the better route. But hear me out on this too. Local lenders may cost a little bit more than the online lenders. Like I said, they can give you incentives. The online lenders can give you incentives. Maybe the local lenders can't. But it never hurts to ask. If you can have something from the online lender that you could provide to the local lender, they may be able to match it. You want to get a feel for both. Get your pre-approval through a local and online lender, and just compare the two. And if you want that more personable approach, that more that customer experience where the lender is going to work with you every step of the way, then try to ask them if they can compare their rates and see if there's any deals that they can give you. I mean, it never hurts to ask. Even if they say no, it never hurts to ask to see if they can. But that's my perception on local versus online lenders. If you're more of that hands-on type of person, and you want to talk to your lender on a daily basis or whatever the case is, you do have an office to physically go to. You can go see them and talk to them at their office. You can go go over paperwork at their office, or they can meet you at the local Starbucks. I mean, whatever the case is, they can meet you there, which is kind of why I like local lenders in the first place, because there's somebody that I can physically talk to, I can physically see, And if I need an explanation, we don't have to go back and forth over email or on the phone. Like somebody that could write it out for me, and I can visually see what's going on. Either way, whichever route that you want to go. If you want to go local, you want to go online, no one's going to bat an eye for it. It's okay. It's ultimately your decision anyways. There's pros and cons to both sides. I'm not going to say one's outweigh the others, although I have my preferences, like I said. But in your case, it all depends on what you want. It all depends on if you're adamant about saving money, you don't really care about communication. But for me, I would always suggest to get with the lender that is going to be able to communicate with you effectively, right? Not just someone that's going to give you the phone call every 2 weeks just to say, hey, I need this document, right? If you want to know why, you want to know what this document entails, you want to know a full breakdown of your cost and all that stuff. I mean, it just all depends on you. That makes the transaction so much easier whenever you're in the process of purchasing, right? If your agent needs to get a hold of the lender and they're difficult to get a hold of, it's no fun for anybody, because we're waiting around on documents, we're waiting around on answers that we don't have that we don't have the answers to, right? So if your agent, if your lender can communicate, then there shouldn't be an issue. That's why communication is big with us. So, well, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today's video. It was a pretty short one, but a very important topic nonetheless. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, or feel free to reach out to us directly. I'll leave the link in the description for our website. You'll have all information from there. If you're watching this on YouTube, go smash that subscribe button down below. We do our best to produce the best real estate content to you guys each and every single week. And like I said, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today. And I'm Andrew with the Lake Team here in Houston, Texas, and I'll see you guys next week.